Welcome back everybody, it's Mike from Logicstar, and today we have a very important topic to talk about, and that is how to send a command. So first of all, what is a command? A command is a function that Logicstar has, which is the ability to execute a function by sending a command through the platform. So for example, depending on the device that you have, you're going to have different options. So for example, some of them may include a function which is to stop the engine, start the engine, and various other functions. So now how can we do this? How can we send a command? It's just as simple as just going to Tools and clicking on where it says Send Command. When you click this is what you're going to see. First, you may want to select your device. So in this case, we're going to choose Mike's car. After that, you have the type, which is the function. So now you may select which one you want to do. But you don't always have to go to Tools. You may just do it manually. You may just go to Objects, choose the device in which you want to send a command to, and when you find your device, you're going to see that on the right, there's going to be 3 dots. And when you click them, there's going to be different options, in which they include Send Command. So this works for you to save time and don't have the need to go to Tools and select your device. You can just do it manually. You can just do it manually and in a faster way. So after you choose your device, you're going to see that 2 more options are going to show up, which is message and password. But before we get into that, let's talk about the functions. So as you can see, this is the device that I have in my car, which comes with 4 predefined functions, which is engine resume, engine stop, position single, and reboot device. So for example, engine stop, it's just to stop the engine. And then we have engine resume, position single, and reboot device. And lastly, we have a template, which is the one that I created, in which we're going to get into that later in the video. So custom command. So the first thing that you may ask is, what is a custom command? So when it's custom command is when the platform does not have the predetermined functions that the device comes with. So in order to know which commands your device uses, you will need to take a look at the manual of the commands of the device. Each device comes with its manual, which has a certain code for you to enter for this function to be executed. So for more information about the functions of your device, you may contact Logicstar, either through email or through chat. So in just a minute, I'm going to show you how to create a custom command. So according to your manual, it's going to give you certain code which comes with a function. So just as an example, my device comes with a manual which gives me certain codes to put in which has a certain function. So we can just apply it. So the one that I want to do is to stop engine. So I'm going to go and take a look at my manual and look at what is the code for this specific function. So just as an example, I'm going to put in the code which is to stop engine. But remember that all of the devices are going to have different codes. This is just the code that the manual of my device comes with. So after this, you should know what command you're going to send. So as I know, this code which was on my manual is going to stop the engine. So now the password. Different devices is going to come with a password. So if your device has a password, you may just put it and it's going to send the command. But if it does not need a password or it doesn't have a password, you can just send it without it. So this is how you can send a command manually. But you can also create a command, so you don't always have to go back and put in the same data. So in order to do this, you would have to go to Setup and go on to where it says GPRS Templates, which is the one that we're using. So in a second, I'm going to explain to you the difference between GPRS and SMS. So as you can see, I already had one created, but let's just create a new one. So in order to create a new one, you will have to click on where it says Add Template. And after that, you're free to put in your data. So the title. So let's name this one Stop Engine. Following the title is going to be the device protocol, which is the model of your device. So in this case, my device is a GL200. So before you put it in, make sure which device you have. So as we saw before, the message is just a code, which is that a specific code that's going to execute a function, which in this case is to stop the engine. So after you put in your code, you're ready to go. Just click save, and now you're all set. So we may just go back to commands, and now we don't have to always go back and put the same message to do the function that we want to do. So after you create your template, when you go to type, it's going to show up right here. And when you click it, you're going to see that the message is already there. which comes in handy when you want to save time and you just want to say the command right away. So it's pretty easy to understand. Sending a custom command is just to do it manually, to just do it once, to put in the code, put in the password if it needs it, and just send it right away. But for the functions that your device includes, which are not predefined in the platform, which you can see right here, we have this for, but your device may have other functions. This is where creating a template comes in handy and comes in really helpful. But remember that you want to make sure that your device is eligible for the function that you want the command to execute. So as I told you before, more information about your device and its functions. For more information about the functions of your device, you may want to contact us and we will tell you which functions are available for your device. So the last thing, there's two different types of command. There is GPRS and SMS. So GPRS is through internet, it's through data, as to where SMS is through text. We recommend using GPRS because SMS, in order to enable it, you would have to contact a company to give you an SMS gateway service, which comes in an additional cost. That's why we recommend using GPRS. Because GPRS is already active, SMS is not. And it's also because SMS in some cases, they charge the messages. So that's why we really recommend GPRS. But if you want to use SMS, you may contact us in order for us to enable the SMS gateway for you. And now lastly, a schedule. As you can tell by the name, you can create a schedule for the commands to be executed at a specific time or date. So to do this, just click the plus button that's on the right, and then you're going to have three options. The first one is the connection. So if you want it through GPRS, just put that one. But if you want SMS, you can also just put it. But remember that you have to enable the SMS gateway. So for that, just contact us. So afterwards, you're going to select your device. After that, you can just choose your type, which in this case, we can just use a template that we created. So we don't have to put any of the data. Following that, this is what's different. You have 5 options to choose from, which is exact time, hourly, daily, weekly, or monthly. So if you click exact time, you're going to need to choose a specific date in which you want the command to be executed. So now after that, we can just save it. And now you're going to have a command that is scheduled. You may also put hourly. You may also put daily. You can also put weekly. We could also put monthly, in which you can put whichever day and whichever time. But for now, let's just put exact time. So now this means that on the 27th at 11:30 a.m., the command is going to be executed. So we can just go ahead and click save. And now we have our command saved and a schedule for a specific time. So I hope that after this video, you learned what are commands for, how they work, and how can you create them. So I hope that this video helped, but if you have any more questions, you can just message us at support@logicstar.com, or you can chat with us at logicstar.com. Have a good one, and I'll catch you later.